Naalala ko po nung high school pa lang ako, uso na mga endearments, especially for those who are in a relationship. Siyempre, hindi rin ako nakaligtas sa stage na ito. Meron po akong katawagan noon na mommy, at ang tawag naman niya sa akin ay daddy. Hindi man kami nagkatuluyan, marami pa rin naman ang tumatawag sa akin ngayon na father. What's in a name? Name or endearment shows closeness. It can describe one's relationship. For the past 2 Sundays, we witnessed how Jesus talked with Peter and how he called him. First, Jesus called him, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." He commended him when he recognized Jesus as the Christ and the Son of God. Second, Jesus told Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a hindrance to me." Jesus rebuked Peter when he was scared to discover Jesus' passion, crucifixion, and death. We recognize how Jesus addressed Peter differently, from being the rock to being a stumbling stone, which clearly illustrates the ups and downs of Peter. Despite Peter's inconsistency, Jesus did not give up on him. We too can relate with Peter. Our journey in our faith has its ups and downs. But Jesus does not give up on us either. Jesus understands that discipleship takes time, so he does not get tired of reminding us of how we can respond to God's invitation to holiness. The gospel reading for today from Matthew speaks about the discourse of Jesus on discipleship. Jesus emphasizes the need for fraternal correction as an obligation and responsibility of those who follow him. Like Jesus, who has been straightforward to Peter, especially when he falls short of becoming a true disciple of him, Jesus invites us to do the same, to be fraternal and genuine in our reminders. Honestly, I had a hard time reflecting on today's gospel. Fraternal correction is challenging and might be one of the most difficult tasks. We, Filipinos, need to improve in communicating corrections. We are fond of sugarcoating, keeping things to ourselves, and ranting on social media. Pope Francis even warns us that when we see a mistake, a fault, a slip in that brother or sister, usually the first thing we do is to go and recount it to others, to gossip. And gossip closes the heart to the community, closes off the unity of the church. In short, wag po nating makagawian ang chismis. Naging katawaan pa ngayon ang pangalang Marites. Let us make an effort not to gossip. Wag chismis po ang ikalat natin, kundi ang pagmamahal ng Diyos. It is the love of Jesus who had embraced the tax collectors, Gentiles, and sinners. Pope Francis continues, "It is only being before God can bring the brother or sister to face his own conscience and responsibility for his actions. If this matter does not work, then silence and prayer for the brother or sister who has made a mistake, but never gossip." Fraternal correction is a service we must render to one another, and it is only possible and effective when we recognize ourselves as sinners and in needs of God's forgiveness. If Jesus allows us to stand up every time we fall, we must do the same for others. If Jesus is patient with us, He invites us to be patient with ourselves and more so with others. Remember, to become a true disciple of Jesus entails a lifetime commitment. Are we willing to commit ourselves to God? How can we do it? We have 3 points from our readings for today. The first point is from the book of the prophet Ezekiel. We are all responsible for the conversion of those who stray from the right path. The second point is from Psalm 95. We are reminded not to harden our hearts as we heed God's words. The third point is from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans. We should learn that authentic love does not harm people. In short, it is only a person who can truly love can commit oneself to God. St. Thomas Aquinas, our patron, even said, "To love is to will the good of the other." St. Thomas Aquinas, an Italian, must have been influenced by how they say "I love you" to someone dear to them, not necessarily romantic. Instead of "Ti amo," "I love you," they say "Ti voglio bene," which means "I wish you good. I want and desire what is good to you." If we truly love, we want what is good for the other. And we can only do that if we bring one another closer to God. No one should be left behind. As we continue this Eucharistic celebration, may we be reminded of Jesus' most significant act of love when He gave up His life for all of us, sinners and righteous, as He wants us all to be with Him. Let us receive Him in the Eucharist and be channels of love to others like Him.